なるほどね。順調ではあるということね。
Hello everyone, my name is Michael SK and welcome back to 9 episode 4. We are in a brand new branch, officially starting the branch for episode 4 I would say, and we are taking a very interesting approach. The last video was a whole bunch of fun. We're kind of cheating our way through some things, but I think we kind of have to make sure that everything truly works out in the end. First off, we've already gained the trust of Yuki, the person hardest to approach. We have already approached her and have gotten her to trust us. Now, how we proceed from here is going to be quite the mystery overall. Because how long can we keep up our Chuni charade, and how long can we continue to, get her to believe us? Unless she already will always believe us. I don't know. Who's to say? Beyond that, Kakeru really wants to do things differently this time around. More specifically, he wants to prevent anyone from dying. And that means the kid from school, the gal that gets petrified by Yoichi. He wants to prevent all of that, which means tomorrow we've got to act. We have to prevent Yoichi from doing what he is bound to do, and in the next couple days, we need to find out who that other student was that, tried to engulf the entire school in flames and then everybody forgot the next day. We have to prevent all of that because Kujo will kind of accidentally kill him if we don't try and deal with that way earlier on. Will this all work out? Probably not. But I can't really blame Kakeru for wanting to do everything, not just a little bit, because well, then episode 4's ending will be similar to episode 3, where we do just a little bit more, but not everything. I don't know. Let's see what we do here after talking with Sophie, who has now been fully updated with everything we got going on.
私には未来が見えないから、判断はあなたに委ねるしかないけれど。頼りないわね。
Come on.
2回も言わなくていいだろ。
何か私にできることは？
ああ、それならアーティファクトを貸してほしいんだ。できれば2つ、攻撃系のやつと減退のアーティファクト。
なぜ？
俺が何もしなければ明日の夜最初の被害者が出る。
止めに行くということね。
Well, that's gonna be our attempt here.
ああ、誰も死なせたくないってのもあるけど、マガンのユーザーは俺の友達なんだ。説得するつもりだけど戦うことになるかもしれない。もしそうなったら止められない。今の俺じゃ。
No, we will struggle. It will be a fight for sure.
なるほどね。
I do anticipate that happening.
それとあさって、いや、その次か。アーティファクト絡みでまた事件が起こる。それも何とかして止めたい。2つが無理なら減退だけでも貸してくれないか。頼む。
減退だけでもなんて簡単に言うわね。
How so?
体への負担のことなら大丈夫だ。他の枝で使ったけど問題なかった。
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. We had a lot of artifacts going on for ourselves in episode 3. I am very surprised that Kakeru, survived overall.
それもあるけど、そうじゃなくて、そんなに簡単に貸せないってこと。まだ完全に信頼しているわけでもないし、仮に信頼していたとしても、アーティファクトの持ち出しには手続きがいる。
セフィロトだっけ？ソフィーが作ったんだろ？偉い人の権限でなんとかならないか。
I don't think clout is going to get us what we want here, unfortunately.
ほんと簡単に言ってくれるわね、この子。偉いからこそルールを守らなければいけないの。好き放題してたら組織が成り立たないわよ。
まあ、そうか。それだと、どうすっかな。は
あ、減退のアーティファクトね。なんとかしてあげるわよ。
You have like a day, maybe less time to actually get us that, Sophie.
え、マジか。
But good luck.
いいのか？
今の私が信頼するかどうかは別として、未来の私は秘密を話す程度には信頼しているようだし。
おねしょ。
Oh no, I was just about to say it. Oh my gosh.
はあ。
いえ、なんでもないです。すみません。
手を組みたくなくなってきたけれど、未来の私を信じるわ。できる限りのことはしてあげる。少し時間をちょうだい。
ありがとう。できれば明日までに頼む。
分かっているわよ。なんとかする。
それと注文ばっ
Oh
かり
my
ではあるん
gosh,
だ
what
が
else are we gonna ask for here?
まだあるの？
さっきの2つ目の事件のこと。ユーザーが暴走して学校が火の海になるんだ。暴走する前に接触して力を使わないように警告したいんだが。
We have no idea who he is. This is just some random background character.
が？
うまく接触できるかわからない。学年が違うと接点なんて全くないから探してはみるけど、放課後は結城と会う約束もあるし。
私にも探せ。
そうしてくれると助かる。見つかったらできればソフィーが接触してアーティファクトのことを教えてやってほしい。無理か？
あんまりこちらの世界の人間とは接触したくないけれど。
We're asking you to talk to one other person. What the fuck?
話を聞く限り、
Come on now.
その子暴走した挙句に死ぬんでしょ？
まあそうだな。うまく助けられれば戦力に。
No, we don't want that necessarily.
ならないわよ。事件が発生した時点でユーザーになってせいぜい2日か3日でしょ。短期間でスティグマの侵食を許し暴走。使い物にならないわよ、そんな子。
見捨てろってことか。
その子の特徴は？
探してくれるのか？
探すだけ。接触はあなたがしなさい。
We are gonna have a busy ass day tomorrow.
ありがとう。十分だ。
Actually, a very busy next few days.
で、
Wow.
特徴は？
あー、特徴か。俺より背は低かったはず。あ、俺の妹と同じクラスなんだ。あとアーティファクトは十字架のネックレスのはず。
Oh yeah, I do remember that.
十字架ね。妹の特徴は？
髪の毛をこう頭の横で結んでる。明日の朝会うからすぐわかるはず。
調べてあげるけど、あまり期待しないで。
I'm expecting a lot here.
ありがとう。
Like, after all these episodes, I expect so much from Sophie.
早速頼りっぱなしだから説得力はないかもしれないが、できる限りのことはしたいんだ。
頼りないけれど善人ではあるよね。
え、何？
独り言よ。サジは私に任せて、あなたはノアって子に集中しなさい。
Oh, I am so excited for all of that.
わかった。ありがとう。
Like,
じゃあね。
we know
何か
so
分かった
little
ら
of Yuki,
教えてあげる。
but we have some ideas
Amanda,
as to how she is. God
最後に
damn
もう
it.
一つ。
And now that we're changing the future here, we're changing what is to come, trying to prevent certain things from happening. We're going to be less and less prepared as we go along here.
何？
さっき好き放題枝を増やすって言ってたけど、増やしすぎるとまずいのか？
わからないとしか言えないわね。
I don't know, that screen can only get so wide.
ああ、そっか。普通はこんなに増えないってことだよな。
そうね。長年世界を観測してきたけれど、こんなにも枝分かれしたのは初めて。
And there will be more when the 9 series continues on. Or if it does. I have no idea when this shit ends. But the more games there are, the more branches there will be.
だからわからない。
そっか。
Oh my god.
あと気になることが。
It never ends.
最後にもう一つって言ってたわよね。
これが本当に最後。
答えられるかわからないわよ。
答えが欲しいっていうか、答え合わせがしたいっていうか、俺は今未来が分かった上で行動してる。ソフィーもオーバーロードのことをもう知っている。
And I don't know if it's a translation issue or whatever, but our little area here is called Overload instead of Overlord. Is that supposed to be like a fancy way of saying you can load into a different part of the entire series, jumping around with the branches and all that?
他の枝の俺たちは
Or am I just being really stupid?
同じようにオーバーロードを理解してるか？
Because Overlord is the ability that we, 9, possesses, not necessarily Kakeru. But Kakeru possesses the ability to accept all these memories and events and all that and prepare himself to go back when necessary. We're the ones that are making the decisions.
私がオーバーロードの存在に気がついていない枝の観測もできるから、
それとも選定し消してしまうか。
まだ理解できていないようね。
No,
オー
apparently
バ
we
ーロード
don't.
の力を。
Shit's getting a little freaky here.
全然だ。めっちゃ混乱してる。でも他の枝はそのまま残り続けるって分かってよかった。俺が何かするたびに他の枝までめちゃくちゃになってたら最悪だもんな。身動きが取れない。
あのイーリスを何とかしてくれるなら、他の枝がどうなろうが私としては構わないけれど。
At the end of the day, that is our Steins Gate.
ソフィーってドライなことよく言うけど、実際にそうなったらなんだかんだで気に病むタイプだろ。
私にどんなイメージを持っているんだか。それじゃあね、今度こそさようなら。
See ya. See, I knew whenever we ended the last video's recording session that it was going to take like another unknown amount of time to talk with Sophie, and that was another like 10 minutes almost. A rift in space swallows Sophie and closes soon after. Oh yeah. The world's eye allows for inanimate objects to travel across different worlds, doesn't it? I wonder if I can send something to a different branch then. If I could do that, then maybe, just maybe. Yeah, I don't know if that would help. All the things that I have are things that I have in other branches as well, after all. Well, let's shelve that idea for now. I mean, I like that he's thinking outside of the box because I didn't even think of that. But also, other branches aren't necessarily other worlds. Or are they? Despite the silly oversight, I managed to convene with Sophie in this branch and meet up with Yuki. We're doing well so far. I know I can redo things if I screw something up, but I shouldn't let my guard down. I may not be feeling any side effects aside from some minor discomfort for now, but who knows what will pop up down the road. Maybe it's best to operate as if I didn't know I have Overlord to fall back on. I need to think carefully, know my limitations, and stay on guard. Okay, let's prep for tomorrow by properly sorting through my memories to prevent any mistakes. Not a bad idea. And honestly, I like his mentality here. Better to think as if we have one shot, one opportunity, let's not fail. Because if we do, that's the end. There is no do-over. And...
あ、やっと来た。
yes, we are. And that will allow us from, I guess, losing our sense of self and our sense of place and time and all that here. Which is something that happens in Steins Gate without getting into the spoilers. I'm sure you guys have an idea of Steins Gate being, you know, a bit about time travel, if you will. And Okabe definitely loses his sense of self in, you know, time and space a little bit here. And there are times where he has no idea where the fuck he even is because of all the jumping around that he's doing, not only in time, but also, I guess, their interpretation of branches, if you will. And I was going to bring up a comparison that I don't know if there's necessarily a bad thing to come out of, you know, so many different, what they call world lines, basically branches. But near the end, there definitely becomes a problem of people having like converging memories of shit that they shouldn't know in specific branches. And I wonder if that same idea will play out here, where the more branches we have, the more unnecessary and questionable memories will pop up in everybody's minds and just straight up confuse them, which is so unlucky and unfortunate for everybody that isn't really even involved. They don't know what's going on. Going against the flow of students heading towards school, Sora approaches me.
遅いよ。もっと早く来てよ。何？コンビニ寄ってたの？
What a sight.
ああ、昼飯買ってた。
I feel like we've seen this before, too.
かわいそう。私はお
It's
母
hard to
さん
tell
のお
what's
弁
new
当
and
あ
what
るのに
isn't.
お兄様は安いパンですの？
そういや母さんの飯しばらく食ってないな。
帰ってくればいいじゃん、近いんだから。
ああ、そうだな。気が向いたら。どうした？
なんかに。
Bro, man. Oh, man, we're really getting back into the bros.
なんだよ。
The different way of saying bro.
なんかあった？
Which a lot of people over the series, I guess, just doesn't like. And I think, I don't know, do they have like a patch for every episode that removes all the broskies and shit?
なんかってなんだよ。
I personally don't mind it. I think it's a little funny, a little weird at times, but it's Sora's character.
いや私が聞いてんですけど。
先にこっちが聞いてんだよ。
なんか微妙に雰囲気変なんだよな。なんで顔しかめた？
しかめてねえよ。
しかめたじゃん。
声でかい。朝からお前の相手ほんと疲れる。
おい、マジトーンでそういうこと言うな。傷つくぞ。私は結構簡単に傷つくぞ。
いいから黙れ。
ひどい。
I proceed along my way, half-heartedly handling Sora all the while until... Oh, there she is. I find Kosaka-senpai in front of us amidst a sea of random guys.
すごいね、あれモテモテ。お姫様みたいな扱い。
本人は困っているみたいだけどな。
ミーヤも私をああいう風に扱えよ。
You know, I guess we're kind of seeing the beginning of, like, her power becoming a little bit problematic for her as well. Just sprung up and popped out of nowhere, and it's affecting her life.
お姫様、お口を閉じてくださる？
よろしくてよ。ってふざけんなよ。丁寧に言っても私は傷つくぞ。
前の集団追い抜くぞ。
はいはい。本当に
As we pass by Senpai in the crowd, I look at her from the corner of my eye. I know it's just because she hasn't been able to control her ability yet, but a part of me wants to help her out. Actually, maybe I should. I need to make friends with Kosaka-senpai as well. But I also intend on preventing the petrification incident in this branch. If my plan works out, Yoichi won't be working in secret using Ghost. Given that, it would be unlikely that Rigveda would be formed. Which means, if I don't act now, I just might lose my chance to get to know Kosaka-senpai. That would be bad. Terrible.
ちょいちょい2位に振り返りすぎ。チラチラ見すぎ。
It's not what you think, Sora.
どうした？なんで止まる？え？2位に？
I turn around and call out to Kosaka-senpai.
すみません。本当にすみません。
Kosaka-senpai doesn't turn my way, probably not thinking that I'm calling out to her specifically. So I give it another go.
すみません。
She finally looks my way. Though it doesn't seem like she knows that I'm trying to talk to her and is just reacting to the call itself. Seeing that, I make strong eye contact and start speaking to her.
大丈夫ですか？
Remember, Kosaka doesn't really like guys. Like, she's afraid of them. Seems she finally notices my presence.
困っているなら何とかしましょうか。
ちょっとミーヤン、むしろ話しかけられて困ってそうだけど。
Oh, trust me, Sora. You are wrong.
急に声かけてすみません。それじゃ。
Honestly, I even had the wrong idea about her in the first episode. I turn around and start walking away. I think this will do for now. I need to come up with a way to become her friend in the meantime.
びっくりした。どうしたの？昨日といい今日といい。
昨日なんかしたっけ？
コロナのお嬢様助けてたじゃん。
That was something we did in episode 1 as well.
ああ。
そんなタイプじゃないでしょあなた。
俺は昔から困っている人を放ってはおけない男だ。
Hell yeah.
かっこつけて何言ってんだこいつ。なんだ。
I let Sora's bad-mouthing go in one ear and out the other as I head inside the school building, as is tradition. I give my idiot sister a cold glare as she tries to follow me to my classroom and then climb the stairs. I arrive. I put down my bag and breathe easy in my seat. Oh, and here he comes. There he is. A chipper voice echoes through the classroom. I start to feel butterflies in my stomach. Does Yoichi already have the evil eye, or is it still too early? Either way, it goes down tonight.
Kakeru.
Oh.
Man, this is weird, I will admit. You know, after the big revelations in episode 3, I mean, we learn about him at the end of episode 2, but to really see who he truly is in episode 3, and here we are back to the beginning where he's just acting all carefree and happy. It doesn't sit well with me, and I definitely hope that we're able to solve his issues here and prevent him from becoming a criminal. I reply to him, trying to stay as composed as I can.
昨日どうだった？
フェスか？
そうそう、行ったんでしょ？
地震で中断したし、去年よりもひどいかもな。
あらら、今年も気合い入れてグッズたくさん作ってたのに。
Wait, they actually made merch?
アニメの放送終わってかなり経ってるしな。
It went that far?
そろそろ無理だろ
来年もやりそうな気がするけどね。
We continued the idle chit-chat with one another.
は
I
ー
thought
い
a
席ついて
festival by itself
朝
was
の
good
ホームルーム
enough.
始めますよ。
Damn, they go all out for this crap. That means I must do better. The bell rings and Miss Naruse steps into the classroom.
はいみんないるね。特に連絡事項はないんだけど。
I half listened to her speaking. I wonder if Iris is already prepping to take control of Miss Naruse. I have to act as fast as possible. The more time winds down, the bigger the handicap due to Iris's soul getting accustomed to Miss Naruse's body. And the problem is, how do we pull Iris out of there? Fate is already going to branch off because I decided to stop Yoichi and prevent the fire at school tomorrow. I won't know what's going to happen in the future anymore. Exactly. Things are about to get really fucking interesting. You know, the mystery aspect will be coming right back to us as we've seen it in previous episodes. I have a rocky road ahead of me, but I have no choice but to settle each problem one by one. First, I'll talk to Yuki after school. The rest comes after that. And we're moving right along, though. There is no holdup
掃
here,
除当番とかさ、業
Except for
者
this.
にやってもらえばいいのにね。
except for this shit.
そうだな。
Yoichi's complaints go in one ear and out the other as I sweep the hallway. Damn, we do not give this man the time of day. Or Sora. I had forgotten about the cleanup duty, but I should give Yuki a call to tell her I will be a little late.
ちょっと、何してんの？
え、
何スマホいじってんの？
ちょっと連絡。
掃除中ですよ、かけるさん。
Oh man, look who's being all responsible and shit, huh?
すぐ終わるから。
スマホいじる暇あるなら僕の話を聞きなさいよ。
聞いてる。すっげえわかる。
でしょって何がだよ。適当にも程があるよ、かけるくん。
Damn, this guy is supposed to be a villain. Crazy. I randomly reply as I send my message. I get a reply right away accompanied with a bear sticker saying, okay, I'll be drinking my tea and waiting. Alright, now to finish up sweeping and...
ニミくんちょっと。
No, yeah, actually I do care.
Huh?
I lift my head upon hearing my name. I see Miss Naruse waving me over from the classroom. Next to her stands Kujo looking distressed. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I also forgot.
スマホなんていじってるから。お説教だね、お説教。
土下座してくるわ。
I stand the broom against the wall and go into the classroom.
落とし物のことですか？
お、察しがいいね。
いや、昨日先生に預けたらどうかって話してたんで。
I make up a convincing enough excuse. I need to be more careful about this, otherwise I'll go jumping the gun to avoid any pointless back and forths due to me having prior
ニ
knowledge.
ミくん何か変わったことあった？いえ、ニミくんにも見せたんだよね。そうですけど。
何かあったんです？
I ask in a scripted way. The lost hair clip in question, i.e. the artifact, would be next to her whenever she blinked, and Kujo felt uneasy about that and decided to talk to Miss Naruse. Unfortunately, that is the worst person that she has gone to for this because of her connection to Iris. Oh well, I'll spare the details, but that's what they go over.
自分でもバカバカしいと思うんですけど、お祓いしてほしいと。はい、昨日神器が壊れてしまったと聞いて、そのせいなのかなと。
Yeah, crazy surprise, it actually ended up being related to it. This is the point where Kujo should be wrapping her head around what the artifact is. She's not going to be jumping for joy like, woohoo, I got superpowers. No, the reason she's fretting so much is because of what her ability is. The power to steal things from others. Kujo is worried about whether it reflects who she really is on the inside. I could try to cheer her up and say, that power simply came to you by chance, don't worry about it. But I don't think... Oh, right, I'm supposed to walk home with her after this, if I remember right. Would giving her a quick rundown on the way and having her join me in my talk with Yuki work out? No reason to wait until the fire, I suppose. If I can move things ahead of schedule, I should.
ちょっと新見くんひどくない？
Oh yeah, we kind of just stood there and, started having our inner monologue of some sort.
なんです？
九条さんを送ってあげなさい。
Well, you can expect all you want,
ああ、はい。
or we will do exactly that because we're actually going to move things ahead.
一人にするの心配だし、新見くんと一緒に帰りなさい。でも、大丈夫です。自転車ですし。自転車とか関係ないから、こういう時に青春したらいいじゃん。恋心とか育んだらいいじゃん。
Sorry to burst your bubble, but we're not in the right episode for that.
はい。そんで職員室の話のネタにさせて、あいつら付き合ってるみたいっすよ。けしからんすな。
九条、先に行ってて。校門で待ち合わせしよう。
はーい、いい感じにまとまったところで先生はもう行きます。それじゃあね、また明日。
Good job, Teach. You really did it. She wraps a stack of printouts on the table to align them, picks up her attendance book, and exits the classroom.
掃除終わったらすぐ行くから。
本当に大丈夫だよ。一人でちゃんと帰れるから。
ああ、いや、ちょっと話したいことがあるんだ。落とし物のことで。じゃあ、後で。
Oh, I'm sure that really spiked her curiosity. We finish cleaning, and I leave behind Yoichi engaged in chatting up a girl as I go off to the meetup spot. I kind of forgot that Yoichi was like that. After learning about his, true inner motives and whatnot, you kind of forget that, he was just that silly character that was flirting with everybody. As soon as I step through the school gates, I find Kujo there waiting.
悪い、お待たせ。掃除長引いた。
大丈夫。話って。
歩きながら話そう。
そうね。よかったらカバン。
それじゃ、お言葉に甘えて。
Oh man, that was a classic from episode 1. I take up the offer, put my bag into the bike basket, and start walking. We used to do that all the time.
で、話なんだけど。実は俺も九条と同じ状況だ。超能力が使えるようになった。
She stops dead in her tracks, flabbergasted. Less in the what is this bozo talking about sort of way. More like she's coming to grips with these events being real and not some figment of her imagination.
新見くんも。
あ、
I nod. Kujo looks equal parts surprised and relieved to hear that.
急に不思議なことが起こって、私変になっちゃったのかなって。
It is a crazy situation we've been thrown into.
さっきは
It's all good.
先生もいたし、アーティファクトがって言えなくて。
アーティファクト。
そう名前をつけたろ。
びっくりした。そっか。そうだよね。新見くんもフェスにいたし、アニメ知ってるものね。私と同じように名前をつけても。
いや、違うんだ。歩きながら話そう。
そうね。
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about here. We resume walking. We slowly make our way to Nine Ball.
九条の力は他人の持ち物の所有権を奪う。
すごい。どうして？
Damn, we can really impress a whole lot of our friends here in this episode.
わかるんだ。俺はなんて言うかな。簡単に言うと未来が見える。
未来。アーティファクトって名前を未来の私から聞いて。
そんな感じ。能力者をユーザーって呼ぶことも未来が見える分、九条よりもアーティファクトのことを理解していると思う。
なんだか。ごめんなさい。私頭が固いせいで、その整理しきれなくて。
You are totally good. I'm still trying to figure out the whole spiel that we got at the end of episode 3. I mean, a whole lot is going on for sure.
急に未来が見えるとか言われ
But
たら
all for the sake of finding the result we're looking for.
バイトならないぞ。今日は九条のシフト。
入ってない。あれ？あれ？
とりあえず行って確認してみよう。
Oh, she thinks that she actually does have work, but she actually doesn't? And we just remember this fact? Okay, all right. No, the more the merrier for getting the
じゃあ
the conversation going with all the information and such.
あ、席で待ってる。
I part ways with the still confused Kujo and enter the cafe. There she is. Yuki is sitting at a table near the back reading a novel. I make my way there and take the seat right in front of Yuki.
悪い。待たせた。
平気それほど待ってない
Man, she was probably here for like 40 minutes.
事後報告で悪いんだが、もう一人同席する。いいか。
仲間
ああ。俺たちと同じユーザー。
それなら断る理由はない
ありがとう。すぐに。ああ、来た。
Kujo comes out from the kitchen. She finds me and comes over my way with her head down, red in the face.
新見くんの言った通り今日シフト入れてませんでした
だろ。
はい恥ずかしいそう仲間は
Our
彼
ally.
女だったのね
We're a team to be.
すみません私九条美子さん私のこと
She works here, and Yuki always comes here.
当然知っている
Or- and also that.
ならみんなあなたのことを
今俺のことをちらっと見ました？
ごめんなさい
I mean, she's right. I didn't realize that the cute waitress who worked here was Kujo at first. I guess that always bugged her, huh? That kind of makes me feel bad.
座ったらはい
I mean, she looks drastically different than she usually does with the glasses, her hair up, the outfit. It is quite the contrast. And honestly, styling yourself different and wearing a different outfit than usual can definitely confuse some people. I don't know, it sort of depends. She pauses, considering where she should sit. She eventually parks herself down next to me. After putting in our orders, Kujo and Yuki formally introduce themselves.
私は結城ノアアーティファクトを手に入れた私もなんです急に不思議な力が使えるようになってしまって
Kujo cuts herself off as our drinks arrive. It seems that Yuki can guess Kujo's frame of mind based on how unhappy she looks.
喜んではいないようねはいまだ受け止めきれていなくて
I think in the beginning, Kujo wasn't really that big of a fan of her ability because it is stealing. And it was brought up by Kakeru earlier, but it's something that kind of defeats who she is as a person. Where I think in episode 1, for a little bit, he was kind of referring to her ability as like a form of borrowing. Because she can't take everything forever. Eventually, it is given back. In some sort of way.
それは
So it's more like borrowing.
私も同じね戸惑っていないと言えば嘘になるけれど誰の意志によるものか私たちは選ばれた
There's that sense of justice that we've grown to know a little bit
正
about.
しく使わなくてはいけない
The supposed sense of justice.
そうですねはい選ばれたことに意味があるなら力は正しく使いたいですその言葉で十分ねあなたには正義の心がある歓迎するわ九条さんようこそ
Damn, we are really forming this shit so goddamn early. Again, it feels like we're cheating, but we're trying to play our cards that have been dealt to us in such a way to get the best possible result.
はいありがバル
There's been a lot of confusion in the start, though.
今のは聞き流してくれ。順を追って話すから。
はい
勇気も。ひとまず俺の話を聞いてくれるか。
ええ
よし。順番に話していく。まずは
I go over artifacts, the other world, Sophie, Iris, and the evil eye. I explain everything carefully in as much detail as I can. And then we'll have to probably go over all this shit again when Kosaka and Sora
世
join.
界は破滅する世界を救う一助となるのなら喜んで手を貸す
Oh, we saw that one coming from a mile away.
頼りにしてる。
Again, the sense of
九
justice.
条はどうだ？ついてこれてるか？
大丈夫 少し戸惑っているけれど、私も
Oh, I'm sure it's quite the information dump. I'm sure that if we were on the flip side here and we just started a visual novel from the very beginning, like the very beginning of the series, and we had somebody spill all this complete bullshit to us, we already have our goal and everything. We have the idea presented right to us instead of gradually getting that information as we've gone through the episodes. That would be a bit much, honestly.
役に立てるのなら頑張りたい。そうしなきゃいけないんだと思う。
ようこそバルハラソサイエティへ。
はい、バルハラソサイエティ。
Honestly, you don't need to remember that. You need to remember everything else you've been told. This, in comparison, isn't that important. The name of our group, not important.
なんとなく察してるだろうけど、一応補足しておくと、まあなんだ、チーム名的な俺たちの。
It's an interesting name for a team of what will be 5 people, maybe more, depending on how things go here. And it's a society?
8歳の時に作った組織が今現実となった。
8?
8歳。じゃあ、新見くんと結城先輩って幼なじみ？
Oh, not even.
いや全然。
昨日会ったばかり。あと先輩でもない。さっき話したけれど同い年。私も2年生。
She does give off those senior vibes, doesn't she? Third year vibes.
ごめんなさい。無意識に先輩って呼んでました。
Did Kujo ever call her senpai in the past? I think maybe they called Kosaka senpai. I know Sora has called everybody here senpai.
ゆきさ
I
ん
think.
すごく落ち着いてるから、ごめんなさい。
別に謝る必要はない。その方が呼びやすいなら。
Oh, come on.
先輩でもいい。
We don't need to do that.
いえ、すみません。気をつけます。
なんでちょっと残念そうなんだ？
別に。
すみません。
Don't worry, we'll have somebody joining the team
気分を害してしまって
eventually that will call you senpai. Possibly.
そういうわけでも。背が低くて年下に間違われることは多いから。
Oh, and this time it was the other way around.
ああ、年上に間違われて嬉しかったのか。よかったな、結城先輩。
Aw, man.
うるさい。
She does have a cute side to her.
やっぱり私も
I
呼
will
んだ方
admit.
が。
呼ばなくていい。
She frantically declines, blushing. We haven't known each other for very long at all, but my relationship with Yuki is already shaping up better than any of the other branches. I've only seen her act like this once before. Actually, no. She's way more flustered than the time her love for cats got out of the bag. I'll make sure to poke fun at her cat addiction sometime later. Yeah, now's not the time for
も
that.
ういいから続けて。
わかった。話を戻そう。
いいかな。
Go for it.
ああ、どうぞ。
仁義の破損が原因で異世界の扉が開いたということは、
Yes, that
仁
is
義
true.
のアーティファクト。
Kind of.
そうだな。最悪のアーティファクトがこっちの世界に来てしまった。
The evil eye.
それが魔眼。
ああ、幸い魔眼のありかも。イーリスが簡単には手を出せない状況であることも
すでに契約者がいる。というわ
Yeah.
けね。
そういうこと。ただその契約者が俺たちにとってもなんていうか、うまくいけば協力してくれるとは思うんだが、最悪敵対するというか、そうなる可能性の方が高い。
Very high, though I am very curious as to how we're going to approach him tonight.
契約者についても
Because
知って
we
いる
will
よね
have some sort of showdown. I'm not too sure if I should speak about this in front of Kujo. Knowing how dead serious Kujo gets about things, she might take the news hard. No, I can't keep quiet about this after I've already explained this much.
知らない？それとも話せない理由が？
いや、話す。俺の、そして九条にとっても身近な人物だ。
I'm very surprised that we're actually disclosing this right now.
私も
陽一だ。
深沢くん。
知り合いのようね。
はい。 クラスメイトなんですが、
and our closest friend in that class.
どうして深澤くんと敵対してしまうの？新見くんとすごく仲がいいよね。
You know, that's the interesting part. He's never actually revealed himself to us in episode 1 or 2. In episode 1, he took measures to make sure that we can kind of live a bit of a happy life, you know, so long as our artifacts don't try to kill us. In episode 2, everything was set up in a way where Ghost would die, quote unquote, as the, you know, main enemy or whatever, and Yoichi would go off and continue to do whatever it is that Yoichi wants to continue to do. In episode 3, that all doesn't go down and we find out about him. He can't just slip away. And I think he was slipping away for not only his own benefit, but also ours. He doesn't want to ruin the relationship that he has with Kakeru because I'm sure he sees him as a friend. And I still want to see Yoichi as a friend. It's very awkward.
事実だけを話す。今夜、余一は人を殺す。
魔眼を使って？
ああ。人を石にして殺すんだ。
どうしてそんなこと？
理由はわからないし、聞いたところで理解できないかもしれない。
It is possible that the person he does kill tonight, or will be planning to kill, is somebody with an artifact, and he has already begun his mission for collecting artifacts.
でも理由なんてどうでもいい。この枝では、人なんて殺させない。止める。必ず。
さっき、うまくいけばと言ったけれど。
Yeah, if this all doesn't go well, then so much for our little, you know, moment of whatever you want to call it here, sounding all cool and shit.
そんな危険人物を仲間に加えるつもりなの？
可能なら。ただ、まあ無理だろうな。
At the very least, we need to prevent him from becoming the villain he does become in the previous episodes.
魔眼のユーザーだからな。
間違いを犯してしまうなら。
そうね。犯行は何時頃なの？
Sometime at night. I mean, that's the only way he was able to get away with the entire, you know, thing is because it was nighttime and the park was nice and quiet.
詳しい時間はわからない。確か、被害者は塾帰りだったはずだ。
塾？被害者も私たちと同年代？
だな。区法の生徒。
区法の？
心当たりとかあったりするか？
いえ。
学生の多い町だから塾も多いし、心当たりがないなら特定は難しそう。
That is a ridiculous statement, but that does give me an idea as to just the crazy amount of cram schools there just seemingly is.
だな。ってことは、張り込むしか
I
ないな。
guess cram schools are like a huge thing in Japan because I mean, their education system is completely different than, you know, here in the United States, for example. I mean, anime can tell us that much. But cram school, because of all the exams that you have to take, I'm sure are very important, especially for trying to get into the big boy school that you want to go to after you graduate. So, what do I know?
犯行現場は？
公園。
了解。それじゃあ、19時。一度帰宅して着替えてから集合しましょう。
I don't think either of you are ready to fight.
わかりました。
二人も来てくれるのか？
むしろ、あなたを一人で行かせるという選択肢が存在しない。
話を聞いてしまった以上、私もできることをしたい。
Alright, just don't push yourselves.
ありがとう。
礼は不要。もう私たちは仲間なんだから。
Damn, we're like 2 days in.
そうだね。
なんていうか、ほっとしてる。俺の話を信じてくれて。
No, things have gone swimmingly. Like, I cannot believe it.
アーティファクトを拾ってなかったら、少しは疑っちゃってたかも。
私は、出会い方が意味深すぎたから、信じるしかない。
どんな出会い方だったんですか？
ここで突然声をかけられた。
突然？
ええ、突然。不審者かと思って警
Oh,
戒した。
come on. I mean, yeah.
そりゃそうだわな。
けれど、バルハラソサイエティの名前を出されたら、信じないわけにはいかない。
Yeah, when you start revealing things that you shouldn't know, like it's impossible for you to know, then yeah.
バルハラソサイエティのことを知っているのは
She
私以
has
外
a
に一
sister?
人だけ。
What the fuck?
妹さんがいらっしゃるんですね。
Did we ever learn about this in previous episodes? This feels like a big revelation here.
いた。
Ah, fuck.
ごめんなさい。私、
気にしなくていい。
だからこそ止めたい。
他には
うちの学校の火事。
学校
Yeah, but not like a real fire. It just looks like one.
ああ、ただこれは俺の知る限り2人がすぐにその状態になることはないんだけど、
But
力の使いすぎには気をつけてくれ。暴走すると精神もやられちまうから。
and I think that does end up happening to Kujo at the end of episode 1. Or at least it gives us an idea that, yeah, you don't want to overuse that shit because some wacky results will come up. Whether Kujo dies at the end of episode 1 or not, who's to say? But it definitely raised some questions and got, the reader curious at the end of episode 1 because it's like, whoa, hold on, we never saw that before.
わかった。
火事はいつ？
あさってのはず。
時間は？
昼休みに入ってすぐ。
そう、昼休み。急いで学校を出ても私が着いた頃には片付いていそうね。
Now we're trying to avoid this problem before it even becomes a
こ
problem.
っちで何とかする。事前に防げるならそうするつもりだ。
わかった。他には？
とりあえずはこんなもんだな。
意外とって言い方は不謹慎だけど、少ないね。
明らかにユーザーの犯行ってわかるのがその2つってだけかもな。
I mean, there are more that are caused by Yoichi, but that's sort of because in episode 1, we weren't doing anything. We'd never made any, presence known that made the evil eye user having to be a little wary, a little cautious, if you will.
能力を隠した犯罪は他にも発生しているかもしれない。
って考えるのが自然かもな。結城や九条のような正義感の強い人間ばかりじゃないから。
あなたもでしょ？
買いかぶりすぎだって。競馬とかの結果知ってたら絶対悪用してる。
Hell yeah.
なんで九条ニコニコしてんの？
ごめんなさい。
Oh, you don't know us well
ニーナ
enough.
君はそうにないなって。
Man, you should have seen us back in episode 1.
そこまで信用されると逆に反応に困るな。
友人を止めようと必死になっている。それだけで信用するには十分。
Damn, we've gained her trust like multiple times then.
今夜よろしく頼む。
ええ。
I place my hands on the table and take a deep bow toward the two girls. I don't know if I should have been so straight up with the details about Yoichi. However, I do know that going to stop him alone would be reckless. I hate to admit it, but I don't stand a chance against Yoichi on my own. Tonight is what counts. Tonight, a new branch is definitely going to split off. Mark my words, I will stop him. Well, I hope. Hopefully everything goes well in that regard.
あ、やっと帰ってきた。
You're not the person I was hoping to see. I was hoping that Sophie would pop up and we'd be able to talk to her about maybe getting an artifact or two or something along those lines, but whatever. All right, anything new here? Aha, yes. We are starting our new branch. I'm going to say that we've already, started one. I mean, the space is already over here. We're in a completely whole new thing. There's no way we can tie this back to any of the previous stories that we've gone through with how much information and trust we've already, gotten into here with everybody. There's just no way. But yeah, we'll save it here. Call it on this one. But man, this next video, ooh, I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, this is a very fun direction. And I will give it to the 9 series for taking the same story, but taking different approaches for how to get around everything as we slowly but surely learn more. And now that we've learned pretty much everything that we need to know, now we just need to find the final pieces in order to solve everything. And that's taking an insane approach, an approach I would not have expected in order to do so. So I'm very excited to see where things go here because I have no idea how things can go. No idea whatsoever. It's the same sort of excitement that I felt whenever we went double agent mode in episode 3, because that was so unlike episodes 1 and 2. This is so unlike anything we've gone through so far. It's very exciting. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, all that fancy jazz, and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.